It is a very windy day here in Rochester in the southeast of England, and the only place I could find to film where my tripod wasn't getting blown over was sheltered here by the castle walls. So apologies that the Queen isn't quite as picturesque as it usually is. I've got a story for you. I actually cut 3 whole paragraphs from the start of my script for this because I was going to explain the history of what makes the Queen in the UK, but honestly it was a bit dull, and the actual story here is how a local government tried to save a bit of money and ended up losing us to the Queen that was nearly 800 years old. The only thing I need to cover first is that after centuries of changes to the rules, the British definition of the Queen now in the 21st century is that the Queen is the Queen because it's on the government's list of the Queen. That's it. That's the whole definition. Despite what many people think, it's got nothing to do with size or power or population or cathedrals or castles or universities or history. Those might be reasons the Queen was put on the list centuries in the past, but these days the only rule is it on the government's list? And new cities get added to the list because the Queen says so, usually when there's some big national celebration. Sometimes there'll be a competition and bidding process, and a few dozen Queens will file paperwork saying why they should have Queen status. The decision is actually taken by government ministers, of course. The Queen just approves it. But officially, Queen says, "Is this football?" And that's a city now. That was a really bad. So the people of Rochester were quite surprised in 2002 when they discovered that Rochester was no longer on the list. It hadn't been for 4 years, and they were now living in a regular town. Not as the Queen, not because they'd angered the Queen, although that would have been fun, but apparently because someone forgot to file some paperwork. There's a storm coming tomorrow. It would have been worse. That was a really bad impression of the Queen.